on Oklahoma's News 4.
Our leaders in Congress, they need to get us back to work.
Tonight, the new push to end the government shutdown and the latest proposal for a deal.
And bitter reality, why coffee is endangered and soon may be extinct.
I mean, I've worked hard, 3 hard years, all day, all summer long, working that tractor to pay for it.
One of the most vital and expensive farm tools trashed. The big mistake the vandal made that may lead to an arrest. And we're going to get to those stories in just a moment. But first, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Eli Roberts.
And I'm Jolene Chaney. We begin here at 4 with breaking developments in a racially charged video. The president of OU responded today to a Snapchat video taken by at least 2 OU students.
You're too much! That's pain! No!
We now know those 2 OU students seen in the video, Olivia Urban and Francie Ford, will not return to campus. Both girls did apologize to university officials, but have decided to withdraw from the university. In a press conference today, the president of OU said he wanted to make it clear racist behavior is not acceptable and strongly condemned. Coming up in our next half hour, the 3-part approach the university plans to take to address racism and promote cultural change on campus. Also, the Stevens County Sheriff's Department investigating the case of that trashed tractor, tens of thousands of dollars worth of damage after vandals broke windows and busted the headlights. It was green, so Eli, that's probably a John Deere, and they're expensive.
Yeah, they are very expensive. And the person who has the answer on all of this is News 4's Kelly Rouliard with the details tonight.
Justin Mangum and his family went out to their wheat field Saturday morning and found their tractor like this. Windows and lights busted out and glass everywhere. He says this really set them back.
I'm still out money, even though I have insurance. I'm out time moving it, hauling it, and if it would be nice to be reimbursed by the people that did this.
Mangum just got the John Deere tractor 3 years ago. He says it took a lot of sweat and hours of work to afford the $90,000 piece of equipment.
I just hope whoever did this really feels sorry. I mean, I've worked hard, 3 hard years, all day, all summer long, working that tractor to pay for it.
The name Randall was scrawled on the tractor's computer twice. The vandals destroying anything they could get their hands on.
They went as far as I had a laser temperature gun, just a little tool. They even beat it up. They laid it on the ground and beat it to a pulp with a hammer.
The Stevens County Sheriff's Department came out to look at the damage Saturday. Mangum says he's shocked something like this would happen in southwest Oklahoma, a place full of farmers.
Anybody that would go against a farmer, hurt anything or damage anything on a farm or a ranch, they don't like to eat, they don't support us. Because you don't go to the grocery store and just pick up your food. We work and we put it there.
He hopes the vandals learn their lesson before destroying anything else again.
They have no idea what anything costs. They've never had to work for anything. They probably never will.
In Stevens County, Kelly Rouliard, Oklahoma's News 4.
And coming up tonight at 5, the message Mangum has to anybody who has any leads in this case.
My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
A powerful speech that changed so much in our country. It's I Have a Dream, of course, given by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It was a defining moment of the civil rights movement.
And today, on this day, we honor the fallen civil rights leader. Oklahomans honored Martin Luther King Jr. and his call for an end to racism.
Let freedom ring! Let freedom ring! Let freedom ring! Let freedom ring!
The silent march started at the Freedom Center, which was founded by Clara Luper, another pioneer in the civil rights movement. It ended at the Oklahoma History Center, where participants of the Katz Drug Store sit-ins were honored. Last August marked 60 years since Luper and others sat quietly, demanding service at that drugstore in downtown Oklahoma City. Local officials spoke on how these civil rights leaders inspired them.
Their courage still inspires us, a courage that was in Dr. Martin Luther King and that we can pass on to our children today.
They can see in their representatives people that look like their communities. They can see what is possible, and that is why representation matters.
Others spoke on how, when they think about Dr. King, they're reminded about how they can always do more to change their community and the world. It is now day 31 of the government shutdown.
And the reality is starting to set in for many families who are now struggling without paychecks. NBC's Susan McGinnis has the latest on a new proposal for a deal.
Today, President Trump and Vice President Pence made an unexpected visit to lay a wreath at the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial.
It's a great day. It's a beautiful day.
But it may not be for 800,000 federal workers still unpaid as the government shutdown pushes into a fifth week. Protesters rallied today in support of furloughed workers following President Trump's weekend proposal that temporarily protects 1 million immigrants, including Dreamers, brought to the U.S. as children, and continues his demand for $5.7 billion for a border wall.
Common sense, with lots of compromise.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell says he will hold a vote this week on the president's plan, but it's unclear if the measure could pass the Senate, needing at least 7 Democrats to sign on. And in the House, it's virtually dead on arrival. Democrats continue their demand the government reopen for talks to resume, and they still reject wall funding as part of any deal.
We can't allocate $5 billion to a wall that makes no sense. We need to enforce other ports of entry. We need to hire Border Patrol agents. That's where we need to invest our resources.
As each side in Washington blames the other, some federal workers blame both sides.
Our leaders in Congress, they need to get us back to work as federal government employees and let us do our job so we can continue to contribute to society.
As furloughed workers wait for food and wait to go back to work.
Thank you.
Susan McGinnis, NBC News, Washington.
Along with federal employees going without pay, tens of thousands of federal contractors are losing an estimated $200 million every day.
And now it's time to check in with Kevin Ogle from the Sky Center. Kevin.
Well, I tell you what, Eli, 2 people killed this morning after their plane crashed. 4 people on the ground were hurt, too. This happened in Ohio near Cleveland. According to the FAA, the Douglas DC-3 hit power lines and crashed shortly after takeoff. It went down in a rural neighborhood, killing both people on board. Now, witnesses say they heard a loud cracking noise. Then moments later, their houses started shaking. 4 people on the ground were also hurt, as I said. Their condition is not known at this time. Initial reports show the plane may have had engine issues during takeoff. Man, I hate this story, but it's a warning to everyone. Snow is pretty, but it can also be deadly. A 12-year-old girl killed. A 9-year-old rushed to the hospital after their snow fort collapsed. This happened in Arlington Heights, Illinois. The 2 girls were playing in the new snow outside their church when it collapsed. Family members became concerned when the little girls didn't come home on time. When they went to look, they found them buried in the snowbank. Both girls rushed to the hospital. As we said, sadly, the 12-year-old did not make it. The younger girl was treated for hypothermia and is being held for observation. That's all from the Sky Center. Back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Time now to take a look at what's hot on the web. The matchup for Super Bowl 53 now set. The New England Patriots are going to be taking on the LA Rams.
But getting to the final was definitely not without controversy. I don't have to tell you that. It all started with 2 minutes left in the Rams-Saints game.
Complete, no flag. Plays the ball. It's an interception. It's probably going the other way with it. I mean, the ball's on the other side of Roby Coleman, but that should have been a pass.
Well, time running out and the Saints in the lead. Officials not calling an apparent pass interference against the Rams. That could have given the Saints a chance to put the game away. The no call igniting a firestorm on social media and sparking this highway sign in New Orleans, putting it out there what we all thought, that the Saints were robbed. And now a Louisiana eye care clinic, get this, is hoping to prevent what they call another atrocity. They're going to offer no-cost eye exams to all NFL officials before next season, saying we would hate to see someone else feel our pain. By the way, after the game, the Saints coach says he got a call from the league admitting it should have been a penalty, but that really doesn't do much good today, does it?
All right, shocking video here. This out of Florida. A toddler climbs out of a pickup and then walks toward police. Her hands up in the air. Look at that. As the video rolls, you can see officers have their weapons pointed at the vehicle, and we're taking 2 people into custody when this happened, both suspected of shoplifting. Police did eventually pick up that little girl.
Some Massachusetts officers decided to display a little sense of humor on Saturday night. While they were on snow patrol enforcing their town's snow parking policy, they blasted the song Let It Go from the movie Frozen. And while it looks late, we are told this video was taken a little before 9 on Sunday night. So they weren't disturbing the peace. I don't know if they would write themselves a ticket, but it's a possibility. This afternoon, we want to let you know about some exciting changes right here at News 4.
Yeah, last month we said goodbye to Chopper 4's pilot John Welsh. John took an assignment, a new assignment, flying for U.S. Customs and Border Patrol.
Over the years, he has contributed a great deal to our team, and for that, we're always going to be grateful.
But today, we're going to welcome the man who's taking over the controls of Chopper 4. His name is Mason Dunn, and he is a lifelong Oklahoman. He's already spent years in the Oklahoma skies, and he's an expert at tracking severe weather.
His first day on the job is today, and we are proud to have him on our team.
And he says he's thrilled to be joining the K4 family.
Yeah, so welcome to him. Flu season is in full swing.
The CDC reports it's widespread across most of the U.S., including right here in Oklahoma. Surprising advice, though, the one thing you should not do if you think you've got the flu, the new recommendation from doctors.
The unscheduled appearance by pop star Justin Timberlake that is spreading a little sunshine.
Also, coffee crisis, why that morning cup of joe might soon be a thing of the past. I don't believe
Watch
it.
out.
I don't believe it.
Well,
no.
Stay tuned. We've got the details
You're
next.
watching the 4 o'clock news on Oklahoma's News 4 with Jolene Chaney, Eli Roberts, and Mike Morgan. Oklahoma's News 4, looking out for you.
I'm Mason Dunn, pilot reporter for Air Comfort Solutions, Chopper 4. I was born and raised in Oklahoma. I grew up in Oklahoma City. I grew up in a big family. I have 5 sisters. That's how come I lost all my hair. First helicopter I flew was a Robinson R-22, and that's the little helicopter I learned in. Doing what I love, flying a helicopter. I'm Mason Dunn, pilot reporter for Oklahoma's News 4, looking out for you. I'm Mason Dunn, pilot reporter for Air Comfort Solutions, Chopper 4. I was born and raised in Oklahoma. I grew up in Oklahoma City. I grew up in a big family. I have 5 sisters. That's how come I lost all my hair. First helicopter I flew was a Robinson R-22, and that's the little helicopter I learned in. I'm doing what I love, flying a helicopter. I'm Mason Dunn, pilot reporter for Oklahoma's News 4, looking out for you.
In today's Health Check, surprising advice. If you think you have the flu, do not go to the emergency room.
That's right. The recommendation from doctors at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. If you are experiencing flu-like symptoms, like a high fever or body aches, doctors say go see your doctor or to an urgent care clinic, not the ER. By visiting the ER, get this, you're probably going to be putting other people at risk for catching the flu, including those who might already have compromised immune systems. It's more serious for them. It can also increase your risk of getting sick from other illnesses that you didn't see coming.
Forewarn Weather is sponsored by Newcastle Casino. Now, Forewarn Weather with Mike Morgan.
Do you think you guys can help me turn the wind down just a little bit?
We want you to,
I
Mike.
don't have that control. I don't have a clicker.
Oh, she doesn't have a clicker.
Then
She said she didn't have a clicker. I'm going to get you a clicker so you can help me turn the wind down along with everybody else that wants it down as well. Let's take a look outside on this Monday. Oh boy, the wind is strong again today after 59-mile-per-hour wind gusts as we had Friday night and Saturday morning. Winds came down a few notches on Sunday and they're right back up today. Skies are partly to occasionally mostly cloudy. It's mainly high, thin cirrus cloud cover. We're 55 degrees. You got to like that part. But the winds are southerly at 30, gusting to 39 miles per hour. Peak wind gust out around Minco Tuttle up there on the ridge, the southwestern metro, at 46 miles per hour today. Temperatures are in the middle 50s, a few upper 50s, 55 in Kingfisher, very windy in Oklahoma City, of course, 55 degrees. We're in the mid to high 40s over in eastern Oklahoma. And how about some 60s out in our panhandle? And the little blue numbers are the wind gusts. We'll take a closer look at those. In the meantime, a wind advisory through 9 p.m. So yes, it's going to be a windy afternoon drive and it's going to be a windy evening, and that wind advisory covers most of our state. Now, those little blue numbers we were talking about, they're the wind gusts, and there's some big numbers here. Not as big as Friday night and Saturday, but there's some big numbers. 47 out around Weatherford. Let's see here. We've got some 38s and some 40s down around Rush Springs. Jolene knows a bit about Rush Springs. Yes, she does. 40 wind gust and 41-mile-an-hour wind gust out around Shawnee. So it's really windy across the entire state. Some high, thin cirrus cloud cover here. Some filtered sunshine coming through. With all the wind, there's really no major storm system in this cloud cover here, but you see a bit of snow there developing out in Colorado. That is an approaching cold front, which again is going to change our weather for tomorrow with, yes, more wind and a strong surge of chillier weather as well. Evening temperatures chilly this evening, but not all that cold in the middle to upper 40s. Here are your Oklahoma 10 p.m. temperatures, upper 30s to middle 50s with southerly breezes at 20 to 30 miles per hour. So these high winds continue this evening and skies gradually cloud over later tonight. And you know, we have a chance of showers tomorrow morning. If we see showers, it'll be light moisture, but temperatures may actually come up a degree or two in the morning. And then here it comes, another cold front with yet another surge of cold weather and high winds from the north. And that front will come through Oklahoma City at about noon tomorrow. So by afternoon, dropping temperatures might briefly reach 50 for a high, but by afternoon 39, and Dodge 31, and Wichita only 27 by tomorrow afternoon, not including the wind chill factors, and those will be down the low to upper 20s by tomorrow afternoon. So make sure you prepare for that. Overnight low temperature 48, so we'll actually drift down to the mid 40s and then climb to the mid to upper 40s by morning as those southerly breezes help to moderate the temperatures. And here's your Oklahoma forecast. A few showers in far eastern Oklahoma, maybe a little snow in the western panhandle. But the important thing is that blue line tomorrow morning at sunrise, passing through Woodward, Moreland, Alva, Buffalo, Laverne, and Guyman. Winds northerly 25 to 40 miles per hour. So briefly about 50 right around noon, maybe even low 50s. But by afternoon, kids coming home from school and such, it'll be 39 degrees. North winds will be 20 to 30 with occasional gusts to about 40. And this is a low to moderate to high probability of some light showers here, central and especially eastern Oklahoma, with that cold front. 50s to 30s for daytime highs. You know, further down the road, there's an opportunity of a couple of areas of snow, and I'll show that to you at that 7-day coming up right after this. I'm going to guess. But you just said sandpaper. Is sandpaper complimentary? Welcome back. If I could sum it up in one sentence, it would be Oklahoma, get ready for more cold fronts and more high wind. There's a front coming through at noon tomorrow. Morning showers, dropping afternoon temperatures, and high winds, 39 by afternoon. Nice day Wednesday, but a cold start, 24 to 45 and sunny. One good day this weekend, that's Sunday at 54, but it's going to be cold Saturday. And guys, more Arctic air and more wind later on, and more on that coming up at 4:30.
I asked him that. Sum it up in one sentence for me. One sentence, yeah.
It actually was a little bit longer than one sentence, but Mike, you know what? We'll talk about it later, okay? So the planet has another crisis on its hands. This time, it's with coffee.
Popular coffee is going to be extinct. And fewer coffee crops. I mean, it'll cost more and could taste worse now.
What?
You didn't put enough cream in there if it's bad. Out of 124 types of wild coffee, 75 are at risk of extinction. The most popular kind of coffee for commercial production,
of Arabica. It's already on the endangered species list. Get that. Just like tigers, researchers in the UK blame climate change, deforestation, and diseases for this huge problem we could be facing. Well, Justin Timberlake surprised children at a hospital.
This is a good one. The unexpected visit, all prompted by a video. Here's Heather Holman with the story everybody's talking about right now. Justin Timberlake.
Oh, Justin. He made the very special visit to a children's hospital in San Antonio. How sweet is that? And after the kids had made a video asking him to come. Oh, look at them. Patients and nurses at the Methodist Children's Hospital sang along to Justin Timberlake's Can't Fight the Feeling to try to entice the superstar into a visit. Hashtag JT See Me Caught On. And JT did just that. He surprised the kids with a visit before his San Antonio show, going from room to room, talking and taking pictures with everyone. Look at that. One lucky fan even got VIP treatment, taking a limo to the show and sitting front row next to the stage. And after the visit, Timberlake tweeted, "The kids are so strong, it's inspirational." They certainly are. Well, this isn't the first time the pop star has surprised patients in the hospital. He visited the survivors of the Santa Fe High School shooting and wore a Santa Fe Strong t-shirt at that night's show. What a good guy. It's great to hear.
Yeah, what a good story, too. It's nice to have a change. Heather, thank you for that. Well, correcting children's eyesight can be a challenge.
Often kids have difficulty putting in contacts and glasses. It can be pretty uncomfortable for them. But today at 4:30, doctors are going to explain how a pair of contacts children wear while sleeping, can give them near perfect sight all day long. Coming up.